Hello, welcome to another episode of Trinidad Bhojpuri Words and Phrase. This week we take a look at the words CHAABUK, SAABUN, GOR LAAGAY, DAGAABAAJ and NENWA. Let's go catch up with Vinay of the Cutlass magazine. So this is the story.
Right, they're doing it like this, right? I'm asking up so.
Hi Vinay, good to see you again.
Hey Karen.
Alright, so let's go with the word CHAABUK. Now, I chose this word last Monday because here in Trinidad and Tobago, it was Carnival weekend, and a big part of the Carnival display, the traditional Carnival characters, and based on their costume and their role in mass, this CHAABUK is a significant part of that. Also, there was reference made to our childhood, well, the younger generation. This was actually used as a form of discipline. So if you didn't do your homework, you didn't do your lessons, or you did something, mischievous, then this was actually used, or at least used to threaten. But going further back to our ancestors' time, this was used on the plantation. CHAABUK.
Yeah, so CHAABUK is the Hindustani word for whip.
Get back!
And if you're actually trying to say to whip, it would be CHAABUK mare. So CHAABUK, as you mentioned, would have been a form of punishment for indentured laborers if they were to rebel against the sirdar, the sardar, the overseer, if they got into arguments, didn't do the required amount of work. So CHAABUK, as you mentioned before, is a whip.
Now, there's an intriguing series on YouTube. It's the Girmit story, and some of you on Facebook actually introduced me to this channel. It's Hindi in Fiji. But it's a wonderful way to brush up on Bhojpuri. Great way to expose yourself to Bhojpuri, and there's some really sweet songs that were included as well. So you can check that. That's a Girmit story on YouTube, and it was there that I heard the word CHAABUK as well. So let's move on to another word, SAABUN, and this was actually a clean sweep on Facebook. Everybody got this one right. Brij Mohan Bisambar actually alerted us to its use in a very popular Sunny Man classic. But you, Vinay, you're the song translator man, so you will tell us more about SAABUN.
Yeah, so some of you might know the word sabun from the very popular chutney song Lotila by Sunny Man. And if you listen to that very specific lyric, you'll hear the part Bauji leke sabun khub nahayela. Which means that the sister-in-law takes the soap and is bathing a lot, or bathing plenty. And so sabun is the Hindustani word for soap. And since we in the Caribbean know the blue soap, another way to use sabun, you could say Neela ke sabun, or blue soap in Hindustani.
We move on to our Trinidad Bhojpuri phrase or expression. Gor lage or pao lage. Some might say pai lagi. Now, gor, not to be confused with gora or gore, as in the song Gore Gore Mukhre, meaning fair. Someone made reference to white. So that's a very different ra. This is gor lage. So, Vinay, tell us more.
Yeah, so gor or pao or pai are the Hindustani words for feet. And so if you say gor lage, pai lagi, pao lage, those all mean to touch feet. And I think in the comments, lots of people are saying to show your respect or to show your adoration, to bow before your elders or your guru or your pundit. And that is the context, because typically if you touch somebody's foot, it's a way to take their blessings and to show them respect. But the literal translation of Gur Lage or Pau Lagi or Pai Lage is to touch somebody's foot. And as I mentioned before, Gori or Gore or Gora means fair, but the word by itself, Gur, is for foot or feet.
Yeah, there you go. So we've learned that there are other words to refer to feet. And Dr. Visham Pimal of Caribbean Hindustani shared with me that, well, you know, sometimes you may not always be able to touch someone's foot, or that might be optional, but you can still say pao lage or god lage, and that too means salutations. So thank you very much for that. Another word, DAGAABAAJ, DAGAABAAJ. And you see, now this is where we return to our music library again, because I'm pretty sure when you saw the word DAGAABAAJ, there were songs that came to mind. And the first, for those who are familiar with the Bollywood side of things, would know the song, DAGAABAAJ Re.
DAGAABAAJ re, hai DAGAABAAJ re, tore naina.
So Vinay, you'll tell us more about DAGAABAAJ.
Yes, and in addition to Bollywood, you might also know the chutney song by Bijanwati Chaito of Suriname. Namanu, 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 DAGAABAAJ Tori, Batiya Namanu. So DAGAABAAJ is somebody who is treacherous, mischievous, somebody who makes a lot of false promises that you can't necessarily trust, someone who's not reliable. And it's important to know that in standard Hindi, you might hear DAGAABAAJ, but in our Bhojpuri, it's DAGAABAAJ with that J ending as opposed to the Z.
Mm-hmm. And we covered the word DAGAABAAJ recently, so is there a connection?
Yes, there might be a linguistic connection there, because DAGAABAAJ means to leave a brand or mark on something, and some people might know the word dag or daga, and that is a mark or a stain. So it could be that a DAGAABAAJ, having that same root of dag, is somebody that leaves a mark on you or a stain on you, and therefore is not reliable or trustworthy.
A scam?
Probably. Maybe more of an opportunist.
Mm-hmm. Yes, essentially.
Yes, we see some of them on TV sometimes. Okay, so we wrap up with a food-related word. It's edible, so it's good for the inside, but it's also good for the outside. And we went with the word NENWA. And some say NENWA, some say NENWA. Some actually identify this as jingi. I think Rumika said in South Africa, they say torai.
Yeah, NENWA, 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 NENWA. Those are all a type of gourd known sometimes in English as either loofah or sponge gourd. And it is very similar to jingi, but the kind of distinguishing factor of NENWA is the fact that it has this type of husk that you can use, and it's very spongy, and you can use it to manjari bartan, for example, or scrub wares. And so that, yeah, so NENWA or NENWA is just a sponge gourd, or a loofah as some people call it.
Mm-hmm. So Karamchan Sudama made mention of that as well, that you can scrub your pots and stuff with that. Many people got it right. Sudhir actually said that it tastes a lot like curried green pawpaw. I've never had curried green pawpaw. I've never had green pawpaw, much less curried. Have you ever had that, Vinay?
No, not as yet.
As yet, but maybe you are adventurous. I'm not. Thank you, Sudhir, for that one. So that wrapped up Trinidad Bhojpuri Words and Phrase for another week. Vinay, you can just remind our listeners and our viewers how they can get in touch with you.
Yes, you can follow me at Cutlass Magazine on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, or you can send me a message, cutlasspodcast@gmail.com.
All right. And you can catch these episodes as well on YouTube. So you can just look up for Karen Katie Das on YouTube. And thank you all so much for keeping up with us on Facebook. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much once again for your contributions. We look forward to sharing with you for another week. This has been a KDC production in collaboration with the Cutlass Magazine.